Chapter 1. Let's see. Are we about to miss an exit for the airport? Meg squinted at a sign. No, there we are. It's coming right up. I can't wait to get there. Lizzie bounced in her seat. She could hardly believe that Meg had invited her along on this special trip to meet a very special puppy. Meg Parker, who was on the Littleton Fire Squad with Lizzie's dad, was one of Lizzie Peterson's favorite people. Meg was a dog person. Just like Lizzie, they both loved dogs and everything about them. Tell me again, Lizzie asked Meg. Tell me everything you know about this puppy. Well, she was born on a farm in Idaho, and her name is Scout, said Meg. She's named after one of the characters in the book To Kill a Mockingbird. Scout, Lizzie repeated. She never read the book, but she liked the name, and it was a perfect name for a lovely young puppy. And you said she was 4 months old? That's right, said Meg. The same age was that Casey was when I rescued her. Casey was Meg's 5-year-old German Shepherd. Casey had been abandoned as a puppy, and Meg had given her a home. So that's what Meg meant by rescue. Lizzie knew there was lots and lots of puppies and dogs that needed homes. Meg loved German Shepherds, and she liked to help them find the perfect homes. Sometimes it meant with working all other German Shepherd lovers all over the county. Meg's German Shepherd Rescue Group had passed the word over when a dog or a puppy needed a home. Today, Meg had invited Lizzie to come with her to pick up Scout, who was arriving by airplane all the way from Ohio. Meg knew 3 different families hoping to give away a German Shepherd puppy to a nice home. That's why Lizzie and Meg were sipping along the highway in Meg's bright blue van. The van had a special area for Casey with a box called a crate where she could be safe. And Meg left Casey at Lizzie's house so the new puppy Scout would ride in the van today. Meg and Casey had traveled in the bright blue van a lot, 'cause Casey was a search and rescue dog. Meg had trained Casey for years, and now they worked together as a team. Maybe it's because she rescued herself, Meg told Lizzie, but she really seems to love rescuing others. Lizzie knew that search and rescue dogs and their owners went everywhere when needed. They went to national parks if a child was lost in the woods. They also went to places where there had been earthquake and people needed help. And to snowy areas if skiers had been stranded by avalanches. Dogs like Casey were trained to use their sense of smell to track down people no matter how lost they were. Working with Meg, Casey had saved the lives of many people. She was a hero. Casey was smart and beautiful and one of Lizzie's favorite dogs. Lizzie had lots of favorite dogs. In fact, she pretty much loved any dog she met. But certain dogs were special like Casey and like Bunny, the puppy that Lizzie's family had adopted not long ago. Bunny and many of the many puppies that the Petersons had fostered. Being a foster family, they took care of puppies who needed homes. This until the perfect forever family came along. Lizzie and her younger brother, Charles, had convinced their parents that fostering puppies was a great family activity. The being their toddler brother, who everybody called Adam, was really not that convincing. He loved puppies. In fact, he seemed to think he was one. He loved to pretend he was a dog. Sometimes Lizzie even believed that the being thought Buddy was his little brother instead of a puppy. Buddy was a pretty tan color with some brown markings and a tiny heart-shaped mark on his chest. He had been a tiny puppy, the run of his litter, which means he was smaller than his 2 siblings. But he had now grown into a happy, healthy puppy. He was the sweetest little guy. Lizzie loved to cuddle with him after a long play session. He would happily lick her face, snuggle into her lap, and fall asleep. His soft, warm puppy fur smelled so good. Lizzie felt like she could kiss his silky ears and pat his round pink belly all day long. She loved the puppy so much. Sometimes Lizzie still could not believe her parents agreed to adopt Buddy. She and Charles had wanted a dog of their own for so long. Every time they fostered a puppy, they hoped to keep it, but it was never quite that right.
Why you put your iPad down so
I'm-
you can read your book?
I'm recording me reading it. Time for the Pearsons to adopt a dog. Instead, they found the perfect home. Then little Buddy came along. Everybody in the family fell in love with him, and now he was theirs forever. Lizzie felt so lucky to have a dog to love, and she knew Buddy was lucky too to have a loving family like hers. She wanted every puppy to feel right at home. How will you decide which family gets to adopt Scout? Lizzie asked Meg. They turned to the airport parking lots. Well, the Goodmans have been waiting the longest, Meg said, so I'll probably call them first. Excuse me. I'll do this just as soon as we make sure Scout's healthy and all of her papers are in order. She pulled her van into the parking spot. Ready? She asked Lizzie. Let's go meet Scout. I think that plane that's probably about to land is hers, Meg said, pointing to a small white plane with red markings that circled through the sky. Lizzie watched as the plane swooped down and bumped into the runway. It was rolling along until it stopped near the airport terminal. The plane's pilot belonged to a group called Wings of Love, whose members were dedicated to helping animals. Lizzie had first heard of them before, but this is the first time she had seen them in action. She watched in excitement as the plane's door opened. A tall man jumped down and waved to Meg. I got your dog, he called, and she's really sweet, too. He ducked back into the plane and came out a moment later holding a black and brown puppy in his arms. The puppy looked up to the sky and blinked. She then yawned, stretching out one small paw. Aw, what a cutie, said Meg. Aw, Lizzie loved the puppy right away. Scout had arrived.